ingredients to make a piece of glass. These were made yesterday. This piece is on the far end of the stage, and these two bowls here. Sophie, let's welcome Sophie to the stage. Right. 2,200 degrees Fahrenheit will make anything glow orange. That is clear glass. If we were to just simply on the outside there, it might be a bit more visible to actually see what's going on there. It's sort of like sprinkles on top of a cupcake or an ice cream or something. Forming and shaping our gather with our block. We have a pretty specific shape we want before we start putting air into it. So, here goes the bubble part. Little puff of air in the back side, in the mouthpiece. Tap it with your thumb and keep your eye on the gather in about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You see it? It expanded. It's just about doubled in size right there. So that tells us that there's an even-walled bubble in there now. We call it our starter bubble. Another thing to keep in mind while we're doing this is how the work of the exhibition was made. Sort of the whole idea is to show you folks how it's done. Most of the steps are the same up to a certain point. So if we're going to make a bowl or a vase or a chandelier part, we don't make a salad bowl full of honey. It's kind of the consistency of molten glass when it's this hot. And that's the consistency you need it to be in order to gather it out on the end of the blowpipe, just like we did. This is going to be the amount of glass we'll use to get our bowl. If we wanted to make something larger, we would simply repeat the steps that we took to get to this point. We'd let it cool down. There's a block. This is a chunk of cherry wood that's been carved out to the ideal shape that we want to get our gather before we start inflating. And we put a handle on it, lids in the bucket of water. It's great for forming and shaping, getting that ideal shape that we want. So Sophie just inflated that. Cooling the tip, that's going to be the inside of our bowl. This part. It'll all make sense.
Well,
I'm going to start inflating. Sophie's turning, squeezing. You see it getting bigger? I can talk and blow at the same time. I couldn't do that back in March. That's right. If you guys came here, checked out the show before the world went sideways. I'd just be down here like this, blowing on the pipe. Don't do it that way anymore. I got to keep my mask on, and we have our pocket puffer. I think they're billed as a pocket inflator, but that sounded kind of silly, so we call them pocket puffer. Nice tool. So, looks like a mini float. That's essentially what we've made. It's the floats that you see in the garden, the big spheres. Essentially, how they do it. Very tip of our spear, very top of our ball. And then done.
that's so cool.
That's all it took. Sophie's not going to implode or catch on fire or explode or anything. Lungs are okay.
They're okay.
It's a little, might taste a little metally in there sometimes, but essentially just making a little bit of a annealing oven. Glass has to cool down slowly. The annealing oven sits at 950 degrees Fahrenheit. At the end of the day.
I do have one question for the audience.
Sophie has a question. Yeah, by all means.
Are you all interested in seeing a fire bowl? Fire bowl.
Cool, good one. Actually, it's a bubble bowl loading device, also known as a piece of peel. So he's going to chill that connection, a little bit of water, light tap, comes right off. Generally it's a little sharp down there, so we have our hot torch. Hot torch is about 3,000 degrees or so. Little compressed oxygen and natural gas flame just melts that little sharpness down. We have a beautiful bowl by Sophie, ladies and gentlemen. Nice job. Go. Boom. Thanks for checking it out, folks. I hope you enjoyed the show. We do appreciate everybody coming out today.